Hello, welcome back to another session of our biology. So this is the continuation of last class. So in the last class we started with the second chapter, that is microorganisms, friend and foe, and we had discussed some of the attributes of microorganisms and categorization. Five major groups are there for microorganisms, right? What are they? Bacteria, virus, algae, protozoa and fungi. And in the last class we discussed bacteria and their categorization based on their shape, right? So today we will be seeing the next category, that is virus. Now it's a common term right now, isn't it? Due to this virus we all are suffering, isn't it? What is that virus? Yes, it is coronavirus, right? So virus, the term virus or the word meaning of virus is poisonous liquid. What is the word meaning of virus? Poisonous liquid. And we are going to see the certain features or characteristics of virus. Virus are the smallest microorganisms. Virus are the smallest microorganisms. They are much smaller than that of the bacteria. Okay, bacteria size and all we discussed in the last class, right? So the size of virus is only about 20 to 300 nanometer. This size and all you have to study. Okay, so virus is only 20 to 300 nanometer, and we told it is a poisonous substance. And these virus, since it is too small, they are studied or they can be studied only under electron microscope. In the last class we discussed microscope. So variety of microscopes are there. Simple microscope, compound microscope, electron microscope, variety of microscopes are there. And in our lab there is two types of microscope, that is simple microscope and compound microscope. So since we are in this situation, we are not able to see that. Okay, so when the chance allows us, I will show that microscope and all, and how we focus the microscope and how we can see the organisms through microscope and all we can do as an activity later. Let us pray for Almighty for that bright day to come as soon as possible. Okay, inshallah. Getting back to the topic. So virus can be observed only under electron microscope. And another feature of virus is that they can't grow and reproduce upon their own. What does it mean? Since they are not alive until they get into a suitable host. In the last chapter you know what is host, and in the last year we discussed what is host, parasite and all. So if a virus get into a suitable host, then only it can grow and reproduce upon its own by utilizing the machineries and what and all inputs they needed. They will utilize that from the host and they will grow and reproduce. Clear? So virus are, we can't say are virus alive or virus not alive. Studies are all now also it is going to ensure whether it is an alive organism or not an alive organism. So altogether virus is considered as a connecting link between living things and non-living things. We can't say whether it is living. When it is outside the body of the host, it seems to be not alive. Clear? It seems to be a non-living thing. Only after getting into the host, it will form into a living thing. So we can't predict what is the actual nature of virus. That's why they are becoming more dangerous. That's why the whole world is struggling to find out the vaccine for this corona. You came to know that, isn't it? So we all are struggling to have a medicine for that due to these all peculiar features. So virus is more or less a dangerous thing. Okay, so pray for Almighty to have the vaccine as soon as possible and to get back the golden days that we were experiencing till yesterday. Okay, so that's all about virus, and we can get into the examples of virus. Poliovirus example, then coronavirus, then HIV, influenza virus, vaccinia virus. Many viruses are there. Study any easy 3 things. Okay, so that's all about virus. Now we are going to the next category. So 2 category we discussed, bacteria and virus. The next category we are getting to see algae. Have you heard of algae? Yes, I heard someone is telling that. Yes, in Malayalam it is known as payal. What's the color of that? Yeah, it's green in color. So what is it actually? What is this algae? So they are more or less some plants, a group of some plants. But these plants, you are seeing them in the aquatic medium and all. You can see this algae. Do they have stem? Do they have leaves? Do they have root? No, they don't have any characteristic features of a plant, as no root, no stem, no leaves, no flowers, no fruits. But they are green in color. So what is the significance of greenery in the plants? Yes, chlorophyll will be present. And due to the presence of that chlorophyll, they can synthesize photosynthesis. Yes, correct. So algae can prepare their own food by means of this chlorophyll, and with the chlorophyll they can conduct photosynthesis. Clear? And what is the word meaning of algae? In Latin, algae is known as seaweed. What it is known as? Seaweed. Okay, so algae varies in their shape and size and all. You can see small algae and irregular shapes and all they are having. And sometimes we can see big algae. So their shape and size are vary. Some algae will be unicellular and microscopic. Unicellular means only single cell can be seen. Okay, only single cell can be seen. One cell. Okay, so example for the unicellular microscopic, they are seen only under a microscope, that is known as microscopic. Example is Chlamydomonas. Why I spell like that way? Because then only you will understood the spelling. It is pronounced as Chlamydomonas. What it is known as? Chlamydomonas. Clear? Chlamydomonas. Some algae are multicellular and they are few meters long. Many meters will be their length. Such example constitutes for volvox. Example is volvox, which is multicellular and few meters in length. Example volvox. You have to study the examples without any mistake in the spellings. If and all spelling is getting mistaken, that organism will go wrong. So you will get a wrong sign. So write and study. Okay. Another example which include algae are Spirogyra. Spirogyra. I will write over here. Spirogyra. When you write it for 3 or 5 times, then you will be well versed with the spelling. So you won't go for a misspelling. Is that clear? What is algae? It's a Latin word meaning and their examples according to their shape and length. So we are moving to the next topic, that is fourth one, that is fungi. Fungi. So algae, we told that they are having chlorophyll, but when fungi is being taken into account, they lack chlorophyll. What do this fungi? Fungi, what is it known as in Malayalam? Poopal. What's the color of them? White in color. In the soaked bread or in the rotten bread and all, we often see this fungal growth. Right. And also in the wet trees or in wet furnitures and all, we could see this fungal growth. So fungus generally grows in the damp, dark, warm or moist areas. So they don't have what this chlorophyll. They lack chlorophyll. So they can't perform what? They can't perform photosynthesis. And you have studied what is the feeding pattern of fungus. They are saprotrophic. Right. In the last year you have studied saprotrophic. They means they feed on the dead and decaying organisms. Clear? And also fungi are also sometimes unicellular and multicellular. I am going to write unicellular fungi example. Yeast. Have you heard of yeast? Yes. Then multicellular includes mushroom. Mushroom is an example for fungi. So mushroom coins for the multicellular fungi, and unicellular fungi example is yeast that we are using in our dosa batter or idli batter or in cake batters and all. In this chapter also we will be seeing the action of yeast and all. So yeast is a unicellular fungi. Clear? Shall we move to the last portion? What is the last one after fungi? Yes, protozoa. Fifth one is protozoa. So I think this is a new term to you. They are a diverse organism and they are placed in separate kingdom. In 9th standard you will study what are kingdoms. 5 kingdoms are there. Okay, so in that 5 kingdom you will study plants are there, animals are there, protozoans are there, many are there. I am not going into the detail. Next year we can discuss it in detail. Among that 5 kingdom, protozoans are included in one kingdom, and that is known as protista. Okay, they are included in a special kingdom known as protista. Okay, protista. And generally the protozoans are unicellular organism. Unicellular means only single celled organisms. Okay. So they are generally found in aquatic medium, that is in water. They can see in the sea, lake, river, spring, pond and all, they can be seen. Okay, and their feeding habit is they are either saprotrophic, some will be saprotrophic and some are parasitic in nature. Okay, so they are either saprotrophic mode of nutrition, they will lead saprotrophic nutrition, or else they will go for the parasitic mode of nutrition. Okay, many, but one exception is there. Exception means one is being excluded from either these two groups, and they are euglena. Example, euglena. Euglena are having chlorophyll. So with the presence of chlorophyll, they can perform photosynthesis. Only euglena is the only protozoan which is having this chlorophyll, and they can synthesize their own food. All others are either having saprotrophic mode of nutrition or parasitic mode of nutrition. Is that clear? Okay, so euglena is an example of protozoa which is having chlorophyll. Okay, sometimes question may ask, which is the exceptional protozoa which is having chlorophyll. Okay, that is Euglena. Now, other examples for protozoans include amoeba. Have you heard of amoeba? Yes, amoeba. Then paramecium. Paramecium. Then Euglena. Euglena. Clear? So, I'm sorry, this is E. Paramecium, E. Euglena, Paramecium, Amoeba, Trypanosoma, all these are the examples. So, along with this class, you have to maintain your notebook. Okay, I need only bullet type points are enough. I don't want a elaborate section. Okay, so I hope today's class is clear. So with this we have completed the major grouping of the microorganisms: bacteria, virus, algae, fungi and protozoa, along with their respective examples. I hope it's clear. Only a short topic we had discussed today. Study that, write and study the examples. I am repeating it again for your good concern. Okay, so write and study. So dears, stay safe. Pray for a bright future for Almighty. Be happy. Study well. Ta-ta. Bye-bye.